Had a good run, boys. Longer than I expected. But alas, once again, I have been kicked out of the TikTok Creators Fund. Now, the TikTok Creators Fund doesn't pay shit, not compared to pretty much every other platform, but that's not really the point. I'd been in it for several months and was like, wow, this is actually working. It doesn't seem to be like having my stuff being suppressed so much, and I think this is okay. And then I opened up the app and I had a notification that says your account's been disqualified. But why have I been disqualified? What did I do, according to TikTok, to be disqualified? Oh, I've promoted things like sexual exploitation and gender-based violence. The fuck? Hate speech and hateful behavior, harassment and bullying, dangerous activities and challenges. Oh, you mean all of the shit that I speak out against that none of my videos condone, but quite literally the opposite? So I had a chance to appeal. So I did. And I wrote all that yet. 500 characters. And I wrote, hey, I only ever showed this stuff to speak out against it. I never let slurs go on my channel. I never let things that are like overtly violent. I will cover it for TikTok. Stuff that's perfectly fine on other platforms, I'll cover here because the message is more important. I am trying to abide by your guidelines. And you know what happened? After about 30 minutes, I got reinstated. And I was like, cool. The next day I open and it says, you've been disqualified with this same thing again. And I had the option to appeal again. So I did. And this time I used like all 500 characters because I wrote that same explanation. But I also included like, this is the second time in like as many days. It's kind of ridiculous. I hit submit, which means it has to be reviewed. And then I clicked back to go back to my notifications page. And literally I hit submit, back. So it's been not even a full second. My notification page pops and it refreshes like 1 second, not even, and pops up, appeal rejected. Your appeal not approved. No one even read my appeal. It was not even to Mississippi before I got the not approved. I had 500 characters. It would take you longer than that to read the 500 characters. Be like, no, my account had been flagged that when I appealed, that appeal was going to be rejected. That was an automatic set in place thing. But they said, hey, you can always just reapply for it. I was like, sure, that makes sense. So I tried. You know what happened? Hey, you meet this requirement, you met this requirement, this one. Oh, wait a minute. Make sure your content follows our community guidelines and brand and content policy. And you don't do that, which is funny because when I use TikTok's own system to say, hey, what kind of standing is my account in? It tells me your account is in good standing. You're good. I've seen a bunch of people complain that it says their account isn't in good standing. Mine's in good standing, but I can't be in the Creators Fund, and I have an account ban warning on my account because shit show. Although every day, multiple times a day, I'm getting notifications going like, hey, you get a lot of views. You could open a store. You could sell products on your TikTok. I don't want to do that, TikTok. I don't want to just hawk products. That seems like a waste of my platform, quite frankly. That feels like if I do that, I'm not doing something else or talking about something else that's important. But they're like, you can do that. We're fine with you doing that. Just not this other thing. And also, we just added an update for everyone where we're going to start looking at your videos, and if we identify products that we sell, we're just going to put the option to buy that product on your video, whether you asked for it or not, and we didn't say anything about paying you. So if you have an item behind you and they're like, oh, we sell that on the shop, they're just going to put a link to it. You have an option to opt out of it, but they're not exactly being like super loud about that. Wow, TikTok. It'd be a shame if you went away.